I'm still here, guys. Still sharing the game, but I will be along shortly. Bear with me. Okay, everybody, I am back. I apologize for the difficulty on that. Like I told you, I had a possibility of having to take a work call, and I just managed that. So we are back. Let's see what we've got here. It looks like Cleveland picked up a field goal. So let's look at that box score. We've got a 24-yarder, so they must have driven down to the 7 for that. And it is now a 7-3 Cincinnati lead. We are early second quarter action. Over 14 minutes to go. AFC North Division tilt. There's a little 4-yard button hook pass to Mixon. Joe Mixon gets that conversion on 2nd and 4. And it is now first down and 10 on the Cleveland 26-yard line. So already in field goal range for Cincinnati. Already up 7-3. Joe Burrow on the day for the Bengals, 9 out of 10. But a run call here, off tackle by Mixon, going into a nickel, looking for pass. It is wrong, and that is going to be a good run. 23 yards on the double sixes. Mixon takes it all the way down to the 3-yard line, first and goal. Mixon, who had been struggling before that carry. Prior to that, he had 4 carries for 7 yards, but that 23-yarder puts him on the doorstep. Double tight end formation now. Giovanni Bernard out of the backfield, single setback. Higgins and Green split wide. It is a sneak to Burrow. Defense calling run. Right up the middle. 2 yards. It's not quite there. It's to the 1, but there's a holding call on the offense. You know Cleveland's going to accept that. Backs up the Cincinnati Bengals 10 yards. Now first and goal at the 13. Huge, huge penalty by the offensive line. 3 wide receivers formation. Tyler Boyd in the slot. Browns out of the nickel showing blitz. But it's an off-tackle run to left to Joe Mixon again. On his card again. This time it is a 6-yard gain. Not bad at all. And that's going to set up second and goal from the 7. So we're now inside the 10. All the linemen hit the line of scrimmage. Once again, 3 wide receiver formation. Halfback Joe Mixon. Nickel defense showing blitz for the Brownies. Bengals taking their time getting that play call in on second and goal from the 7. We've got a slant to Drew Sample. But coming through with the sack is Olivier Vernon. 6-yard loss, right back to 3rd and goal at the 13. The Browns have the clear edge in this matchup when it comes to in the trenches, and particularly in terms of putting pressure on the quarterback. Bengals are going to have to manufacture that almost every time. 4 wide receivers split out wide. Burrow out of the shotgun. Giovanni Bernard back in the backfield with him. Nickel defense. We've got a short pass, Alex Erickson, and that is a sack, another sack, this time from Myles Garrett, a loss of 11 yards. So back-to-back sacks by the defensive ends of Cleveland, making it 4th and goal at the 24. The field goal is a 2-9, and he nails it with the 9. It slips in right by the upright, just barely gets through after that back-to-back sacks. And we now have Cincinnati on top 10-3. There's a deep kick into the end zone. Browns will let that one go through and open this drive. 1st and 10 Cleveland at their own 25-yard line. Down 7, 10-3. 10.5 minutes to go before halftime. Blocking back formation with Chubb behind Mayfield. We've got a pitch out to Chubb. And we have the defense looking pass, but it does go to the defensive card. Still a 5-yard gain. It sets up a manageable 2nd down situation. 2nd and 5 at the 30. 11 games in week 1. 11 out of 16 were decided by 1 score. What an exciting week 1. Blocking back, halfback, is Nick Chubb again. We've got an inside run to Chubb and a short yardage call. They're all stacked in. Chubb muscles through for 2 yards only. Looking on right on his card, and that sets up a big 3rd down and 3. This is a big opportunity for the Cincinnati defense. If you're up 7 and the opportunity to earn the possession back, earn the ball by stopping them here on 3rd down. Nick Chubb once again in the eye. Baker Mayfield under center. Defense is going to sit in the 4-3 defense on this 3rd down and 3. Let's see what Cleveland calls. Cleveland head coach is Tom Veltri. And we've got another pitch out to Nick Chubb. And this time they were looking for Chubb to get a pass. They called pass. Chubb ran around the end, 5 yards. That's a conversion on his card. 1st and 10 at the 37. Tonight is the big mega cast that we've advertised. We hope to cover parts of 6 different games tonight here in the USFFL. Anthony will be along to open up his broadcast soon. I'll join him when this one's over, in progress. We've got a short pass to Austin Hooper, tight end. Defense called pass. Baker's flushed out of the pocket. I usually see this as decent opportunities. He's got a completion, but it comes down to the yak yardage. And it looks like that's going to be a grand total of a 1-yard gain. Rashard Higgins. A pass. Baker now 8 of 11. Did throw an interception on the opening possession. Second and 9, Cleveland at their own 38. Chubb again out of the eye. Inside run to Chubb. Bengals still content to call pass. And that's a linebucker up the middle for 6. Chubb's getting it on his card, and frankly, as often as he's had it on wrong, his results could have been a lot better. He does have 8 carries for 44 yards, a decent 5.5 average so far. And it is, again, another 3rd down and 3. Cleveland 3 of 4 on 3rd down so far today. Not bad at all. This time with 3rd down, we've got Kareem Hunt in the I formation behind Mayfield. And it's a square out to Rashad Higgins. And they're going to roll a 10-yard gain on the defensive card. 0 men in the zone. Cleveland converts 1st and 10 now into Cincinnati territory at the 46-yard line. Chubb back in the game. Right back to the standard deviation. This time we've got a key on Nick Chubb, and we are running right to him. That is as a linebacker, but the center has the rating needed, and even on key, that's 7 yards. Nick Chubb continuing to make the defense pay against the run. That time even on key. 2nd and 3. Now just on the fringe of field goal range, although it's worth mentioning that the long range for the Cleveland Clicker is only good on a 2 to 3. So he really needs to get inside that 32-yard line. Here's another inside run to Chubb. Again, the defense calls run. 1 linebacker in the zone to the defensive card, and that is converted once again. 3 yards and a 1st down. 1st and 10 now at the 36. We're down to 6 minutes before halftime. Cleveland driving, trying to tie this game up with a score. Chubb now with 10 carries here in the first half. He was over 100 yards in the week 1 game. Once again, inside run to Nick Chubb. And again, it goes to the defensive card for 4. So, 2nd down and 6. Tom Veltri showing plenty of patience on this drive in particular. And again, off tackle, Nick Chubb. He is all over this drive. They called run. It's still 4 yards on right, on Chubb's card, as he continues to ground and pound the Bengals defense. 12 carries. Right back to the blocking back. Chubb in the eye. 3rd down and 2. I think this is the 4th 3rd down opportunity on this drive already for Cleveland. They've converted the previous 3. Cleveland is 4 out of 5 on 3rd down, it says. We have a slant to Austin Hooper, and Cincinnati, the safety, is double teaming Austin Hooper. And it does not matter with Jesse Bates blanketed all over Austin Hooper. Mayfield fits it in there. Hooper pulls it in. 11 yards and a 1st down and 10. Inside the 20, inside the red zone, 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. Very balanced attack here for Cleveland. Passes 12 runs. First and 10 at the 17. 4:12 to go before halftime. Chubb in the eye. Mayfield under center. Defense in a 4-3, but that safety has crept up and is showing blitz. Off tackle to Chubb. The defense has called run. That hasn't been much of a deterrent for Chubb today. He goes right to the defensive card, and he hits the number. It's a short gain on 7, 13 yards. That's honest. Chubb muscles it all the way down to the 4-yard line. Chubb has had his footprint literally all over this drive. Now 13 carries in the first half with the 4. We've got a full house formation. Chubb, Dearness Johnson, and Andy Janovich. 4-3-5 the Bengals. Inside run to Chubb. Linebacker can't stop him. He rolled the 4, so the linebacker would have a shot. It did not matter. He rolls in. Chubb with the touchdown. And this is going to be a tie game. Woody Parkey can put it through. He does. Commitment to the run by Tom Veltri, and this game is all tied up. We'll have to see how he manages those carries in the second half and as the season goes along. But he got the job done. If you're going to put with usage, you might as well do it scoring a tying touchdown, and that's exactly what happened. Here's the kickoff, and that's returned 30 yards out of the edge of the end zone. Brandon Wilson, he has the ability to take it to the house, but that time it's a 30-yard return out to the 29-yard line. So here we are, tied at 10, second quarter, AFC North Division tilt. 3 minutes exactly left before halftime. Joe Burrow with the ball. You can expect, of course, because of the limited time left, we're in a 2-minute offense. We got 3 wide receivers. We have a long pass to Tyler Boyd. The defense called pass. It goes to the defensive card. It is incomplete on a 4, but there is a penalty, and that one is against Cleveland. Now, it is not a pass interference, so 5-yard holding penalty on one of those cover guys. Comes with an automatic first down, and Cincinnati now 1st and 10 at their 34. Burrow right back to the shotgun formation. This time it's A.J. Green in the slot. Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins split out wide. Browns from the nickel. We've got our coaches, Jeff and Tom, making jokes about the PA call. Here's a screen to Giovanni Bernard. As I referenced earlier, the only A-rated Yak player on the field today. They've decided to hit him in the flat. Goes to Burrow's card, and that's complete for 6 yards. That's Bernard's 3rd reception on this game. 2nd and 4, Cincinnati at their own 40-yard line. 6 games on tap tonight for this mega cast. We'll be trying to cover all of them in part or at full. Browns and Bengals right now. That'll be followed by Falcons at Cowboys. Later tonight, in the 8 p.m. Eastern window, we've got Saints at Raiders. 30 minutes later, Ravens and Texans kick off, and the late night game has the Rams at the Eagles. So we got a lot of action for you tonight. 3 wide receivers, Giovanni Bernard, single setback. It is a short crossing pattern to T. Higgins. Role of defender, extra 15, and that is going to be incomplete, but this time it is a pass interference call on Cleveland. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning. But with the pass interference call, the Bengals have moved across midfield. Now 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line of Cleveland. Plenty of time in both teams. Blessed with a full complement of 3 timeouts apiece. Three wide receivers again. Defense out of the nickel. Now we have a curl to A.J. Green. Joe Burrow continuing to throw into that blitz, and it is another completion. That is a roll of, 7 on the defensive card on short pass. And even with 4 men, we all know a 7 means defender. He got the 6. He beat the corner. And just like that, 15 yards. Joe Burrow now 11 of 12 passing on the game for 92 yards. And he's got his Bengals 1st and 10 at the Cleveland 27-yard line. Right back to the 3-wide formation. Giovanni Bernard taking over here in the 2-minute offense. Probably just as well, considering all the work Nick Chubb's been getting. Here's a sideline pass to the wideout T. Higgins. Giovanni Bernard is who got the double team, but the throw is to Higgins. Burrow hits the pass. He's going out of bounds. He can't get there, though. He's tackled inbounds after a 6-yard gain. Not a real big concern. In fact, I don't know if I'd have been heading out of bounds when I've got 3 timeouts left inside the 20. That's up to everybody's interpretation, I suppose, but 6-yard gain makes it 2nd and 4 at the Cleveland 21-yard line. So we're still just outside of the red zone. Three wide receivers again, nickel again. Bernard the single setback. It is a pitch out run to Giovanni Bernard this time. Defense was looking pass. Bernard gets it on his card, but it is no gain. Nothing doing there for Giovanni. He rolled that 5 on his card. So that was not going to go anywhere. And we have a big 3rd down. 3rd down and 4 at the 21. If you're wondering about that field goal range, from the 22 and in, it's 2 to 9 and 12. From the 23 out, it's 2 to 9. So the only thing at stake here on the variable field goal is that double sixes. So I would move with confidence to try to convert here and not worry about that. If I'm the Cincinnati coach, he's got 3 wide receivers again. This time it is Samaje Perine, who is the single setback. Defense showing blitz out of the nickel. Big 3rd and 4. Off tackle to Samaje Perine. Defense calls pass. It goes to Samaje's card for a 6-yard gain. He converts. That is a 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. We'll see how they manage the clock here with 1:15 left. So he's just going to let the time run. It gets down to 45 seconds left. Cleveland was willing to let that clock run there. Perine actually has, per the cards, the best run average on Cincinnati. So not surprising he might try to sneak him in there on one of the more critical downs. That 3rd and 4 conversion puts Cincy 1st and 10 at the 16. 3 wides. Nickel formation showing blitz. It's a screen to Joe Mixon out of the backfield. Goes to the defensive card for an incompletion. And as a matter of fact, the only automatic incompletion on that defensive card on flat pass. Not a very good flat pass defensive card for Cleveland. In fact, both these teams not showing the best pass defense the league has to offer. 2nd and 10 now. 37 seconds left. Interesting to me that both teams have 3 timeouts left. Like, I would sort of think you might, I don't know, you might want to call timeouts and save yourself some, but they're both seeming to be content to let this be the final drive of any consequence. We'll see. 2nd and 10 at the 16. We've got a button hook to Mixon, throwing to the flat again. Defense double teams the wrong guy, and it's complete once again to Cleveland's defensive card, where flat passes are heavy on completions. 4-yard gain on a result of 5. And that sets up a 3rd and 6. And now we're down to 15 seconds in the game. That's odd to me with both teams having 3 timeouts, only because, I mean, what if you get a 1st down here? It's 3rd and 6 at the 12. What if you get a first down? You might like to have more time to punch it in. But at any rate, we're down to 15 seconds. 3rd and 6 at the 12. Doesn't get any bigger than this. Joe Mixon, single setback. 3 wides. Higgins and Green split wide. Boyd in the slot. Nickel formation for Cleveland. Showing blitz. Big play in this game, tied at 10 right before halftime. Burrow makes the call, and he dumps it out left to T. Higgins. Defense looking pass. Let's see what we've got. We've got a 6 roll. That goes over the linebacker. It says 30. That doesn't matter. That's a touchdown. Big touchdown. And at a big cost, it looks like. We've got an injury here. Sheldon Richardson. Bengals are up 16-10 now. 8 seconds left before halftime. They're going to try to tack on this extra point, and it's good. And so they'll kick off with 8 seconds to go, leading this one 17-10. Big score there for Cincinnati. That Sheldon Richardson injury is kind of an important injury. The left tackle has a 5 rating against the run, and he also has a 5 rating blitzing. Looks like the injury is for this game only, so he will be back next week. 8 seconds left. Full house formation. Looks like Cleveland's happy to run this clock out. Baker takes a knee. There is a penalty. Looks like Cincinnati wasn't so sure. A little over-eager, and they're offsides for the 5-yard penalty. Listen, if you're ever going to get a 5-yard penalty, that's when you want to get it. 1 second left on the clock here. Looks like we're heading to halftime. Once again, out of the full house. Defense cautious in the nickel for Cincinnati. And Baker takes a knee again, and without the yellow laundry on the field, we are headed to halftime. So, halftime score here in Cleveland. A touchdown by Cincinnati just before halftime has put them on top 17-10. Let me take a brief look at a couple things here. Let's see if there's anybody out there in the virtual needing to be added to the broadcast. I don't think so, but we should check. Looks like we don't see anybody there. That's fine. And let's take a look here. Yeah, yourself to the stream too. Yeah, I did that. Okay. That sounds good too. So let's look here. And are they taking a break here at the half? Yeah, it looks like he says he's asked for just a minute or two. That'll give us a moment here to take a look at some halftime stats. Just a reminder that I'm actually still on the clock at work for another 29 minutes. There exists the possibility I might have to take a call. I've already had to take one at some point. So that kind of thing can happen. All right. So, yeah, looks like a pretty close game statistically. Cincinnati has the edge in first downs 15-12. Pass run ratio on those first downs pretty similar. About the only difference is Cincinnati got 4 first downs by penalty, which Cleveland did not. Real good third down conversion rate. Look at these teams. 4 out of 5 for Cincy and 5 out of 6 for Cleveland. These guys very good on third downs. Well, they usually lead to points. Cleveland's outgained them 162-149. They're both passing at a high percentage, 10 of 13 for Baker and 14 of 16 for Joe Burrow. A lot of short passes, of course. Looks like the first score of the game was Joe Mixon on a 6-yard run, gave him a 7-0 lead. The teams traded field goals. The second one coming at the 10:30 mark of the second quarter gave the Bengals a 10-3 lead. Cleveland with a long drive featuring a lot of runs. by Nick Chubb, and in fact closed out with a 4-yard touchdown run by Nick Chubb. That tied it at 10-10. And even though it only left 3 minutes, 18 seconds, Cincinnati got busy. Joe Burrow continued to complete passes. And out of the 2-minute offense, they rolled down and ended up getting a 12-yard touchdown pass from Joe Burrow to T. Higgins with just 8 seconds left. And that's given the Cincinnati Bengals a 17-10 lead here at the half. And we are about ready to kick off again. And we are 8-yard deep on that kick. I imagine that Cincinnati's Brandon Wilson might think twice about that, but he doesn't. He rolls out of that end zone, and he takes it 40 yards. Okay. All right, I feel you, Brandon Wilson. He does have a touchdown on snake eyes. He's got the long game card on double sixes, a 40 on 7. There were a lot of things that could have been negative, but when you got a touchdown, I understand the desire to make that work. Joe Burrow back to pass, and we have trouble. In for the sack is Olivier Vernon, and that is the second I've seen of Vernon today. It is indeed his second sack. 8-yard loss on the very first play from scrimmage, and it is 2nd down and 18 for Cincinnati. So just like that, they've got to jump out of the run formation and into 3 wides, and they're looking long. They want to get it all back. It's a deep pass. It's not accurate, incomplete, but there is a penalty. Let's see who that's on. Looks like it's offsetting penalty. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that down again. Like I've alluded to, all of the pass rush advantage goes to Cleveland in this game. And that's led to 3 sacks on Cincinnati, but Baker's been sacked a couple times as well. Here's a little quick out to Drew Sample. That's a 2-yard gain. Not as much as you're looking for when you're 18 yards from a first down, but that's what it is. It's 3rd down and 16. Cincinnati at their own 26. Giovanni Bernard comes in as a single setback. We've got 4 wide split out. Cleveland from the nickel. They're going to go for the first down and more here. Another long pass to T. Higgins. That's going to be with a couple men in the zone, and on the defensive card, you're getting nothing. So that's an incompletion. Cincinnati punting away to Cleveland from their own 26. All right, so I am going to have to step away for a second. I'll leave the game up for you and be right back. Well, shoot, I am back. Got rid of that work call. And I mean, by got rid of it, I mean with the utmost of care for my clients. And we are 2nd and goal at the 3. So we must have had a very big play that I missed. Right now, Cincinnati with a 2nd and goal at the Cleveland 3 with an opportunity to go up by 2. And I'm trying to see it. Yep, looks like Cleveland fumbled the ball. So we've got a run. That is a touchdown. So Cleveland fumbled, Cincinnati took over. That's what happened while I was gone. And so Cleveland, with its second turnover, both have been turned into touchdowns in this game. And it shouldn't surprise anyone that the margin is 2 touchdowns. 24-10 now for Cincinnati, as they open up a 2-touchdown lead early here in the third quarter. Kicking it deep, Donovan Peoples-Jones with the for Cleveland, but he's going to go ahead and let that bounce back through. So Cleveland 1st and 10 at their 25. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to the full screen format for you. Sorry about that. Probably should have done that. Cleveland's first play call on their second half drive is an off tackle to Kareem Hunt. Defense is looking past. Kareem Hunt capitalizes as that off tackle double sixes results in a 27-yard gain on his card. Kareem Hunt's first carry of the game, and he made Cleveland down 2 touchdowns. Gets a big play there into Cincinnati territory. 1st and 10 at the 48. They're going right back to Kareem up the middle. This time the defense is looking for it. They call run and stop him after 2 yards. 2nd and 8. Turnover's the difference in this game so far. Kareem Hunt, once again, the deep back. Higgins and Landry split. We've got a curl to Rashard Higgins. Baker finds him on his card, 7. You got to know that's usually right, wrong, and double teamed, and it is on Baker. So that's an 11-yard solid completion. And that'll get him down toward field goal range. 1st and 10. Cleveland at the Cincinnati 35-yard line. Blocking back formation, Kareem Hunt again. They're the guessing run, but it is a button hook to Kareem Hunt. Boy, that could have been a lot worse. It is a 4-yard gain on the defensive card, roll of 6. Obviously, Kareem Hunt knows how to capitalize on flat pass wrong. Bengals with a small break on a 4-yard gain. That sets up a second. Cleveland at the 31-yard line. This particular field goal borderline is critical for Cleveland. From 33 to 37-yard line, it's just a 2 to 3 chance. They have to be inside that 32. They barely are right now. 2 to 8, 11, and 12 would be the field goal if they were here. It's an off tackle to Kareem Hunt. Again, the run call by the defense. And they stuff him one more time. It's a 2-yard loss on Kareem's card. And that sets up a big 3rd and 8. As we alluded to earlier, both of these teams performing very well on 3rd down today. 4 of 6 for Cincy, 5 of 6 for Cleveland. They've been successful offensively at keeping drives moving. Cleveland looking to do that very thing here. 3rd and 8 at the 33. Important to note that minus 2 yards on that last play has dropped him back out into that long range that I alluded to previously. So be interesting to see if they're playing for that 8 yards and a 1st down more, or trying to get inside that early range. We've got an off tackle run to Kareem Hunt. Defense is double teaming Beckham. Kareem got it on his card, but it is a roll that is 0 yards. 0 yards because he was in the 3 wide receiver running back formation. And so it converted it to right based on the white dice, I believe. So we've got a 4th down and 8 for Cleveland at the 33. And the Cleveland's going to go for it. 3 wide receiver formation. Now, from here, you understand they're going to miss that field goal, but they have only 1 yard plus needed to get to the next range on variable field goal. It'd be 2 to 8, 11, and 12. But I get it. You're downs. 4th and 8. Crossing pattern to Jarvis Landry. A line double team Jarvis Landry, and that is incomplete as it goes to Baker's card. If that had been on right, it would have been a must, but I don't think that that's not what they were looking to accomplish. So that's a fourth down conversion from the defense, preventing the first down. Cincinnati takes over, and a lot of time left from their own 33. A little square out to A.J. Green. The veteran gets the receiver call, but -2 on that completion. We're all used to seeing what result you get on a 3 on a receiver card. Second down and 12 at the 31. Cincinnati has a good position, up 2 touchdowns with the ball, but a lot of time left in this game. Here's a short pass to Tyler Boyd. They avoid the blitz. Burrow completes it. That's 10 yards. Not quite going to convert that first down because of the play prior. It's now third down and 2, Cincy from their own 41. Burrow completes 85% of his passes so far, 17 of 20. And I might add that plenty of those have been short and long passes. Here's a blocking back formation. Joe Mixon in the eye. Burrow under center. Cleveland going to. Interesting. On third and 2, down 2 touchdowns, but Cleveland's in the nickel. Nose tackle is a 0. Cincy doesn't care. They're throwing deep. T. Higgins. There's a couple guys being doubled, but they are not T. Higgins. There's nobody in the zone. The result is defensive card. You got everything you need, except it is receiver as the result. And T. Higgins on a 6 comes up empty. And so it is fourth down and 2. Interesting call here for Cincinnati. You're already up 2 touchdowns, and it's fourth and 2. I guess you're at your, I just realized you're at your own 41. I thought they were on the other side of the field. My bad. You're going to punt this. And they do. Here's the punt from Huber. That should get down to the 10-yard line. Donovan Peoples-Jones has a shot with this. And that's going to be 3 yards. Looks like the max you can get on Peoples' card is 14 yards. So that was destined to be not an electric return. And so 6:36 to go here in the third quarter. Cleveland down by 2 touchdowns still. 24-10 is your score. First and 10, Cleveland at their own 13-yard line. Nick Chubb returns back in the eye. But that's not who they're going to. It is a deep pass to Jarvis Landry. The defense called pass. We got receiver. There's a couple of opportunities for Landry, but it is incomplete on a result of 10. But there is a penalty on the field. Good news for Cleveland. That penalty's on Cincinnati. Bad news, it's not pass interference. It's offsides. So a 5-yard penalty. First and 5. Cleveland at their own 18. We got an inside run now to Nick Chubb on an all-out blitz, but it's on his card, and that is -1. Oh, I got to tell you, you look at Chubb's card, and once again hitting that 5 where fumbles sit in the basic game. He lost a yard. It's second down and 6. "13 minutes left, not in the game, but left in my shift at work, so I'll be able to log out permanently from that here in a bit." We've got another run on second and 6. Chubb up the middle. Defense is guessing pass, and even with a linebacker there, 7 yards on the defensive card, and a first down on second and 6. Chubb gets it out to the 24. Cleveland first and 10 again. Here's a different formation. 3 wide receivers, no tight end. You got a couple of running backs there. Cincinnati gets his run on that, but it is a pass, and Jarvis Landry over the middle for 13 yards on that completion. His second catch of the game. Cleveland is out to the 37 now. I haven't seen much of Odell Beckham today. I guess he didn't play the whole year last year, now that I think about that, so that makes sense. Yeah, he only caught 23 passes last year. Here's a short pass again to Landry. Back-to-back plays. Once again to the defensive card, and once again, you're going to find pay dirt there. That is a 13-yard completion again to Landry. And that'll get you right to the midfield stripe. Cleveland, 1st and 10, right at the 50. 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs again for Cleveland. Nickel for the defense. Another inside run to Nick Chubb. Defense is looking for it. And on his card, that's 0. No gain for Chubb. Would have been 6 yards on wrong, but it's 2nd and 10 at the 50. Cleveland down 2 touchdowns. 1 quarter plus 3 minutes and 18 seconds to go. 2nd and 10 at the 50. 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs. Janovich in front of Nick Chubb. It's an inside run to Chubb. Defense was guessing pass. Here's another opportunity for Chubb. It's on his card on wrong, and he's got that short gain on 8. Chubb hits his number. And he gets that first down, 5 yards more, down to the 35-yard line of Cincinnati. Cleveland was in this range, this area just a little bit ago, but failed to convert on 4th down. And now he's back. 1st and 10 at the 35. Once again, no tight end. You got 3 wide receivers with 2 running backs, but this time it's Kareem Hunt deep in the eye. Bengals out of the nickel defense. It's an off tackle to Hunt. The defense is keying Hunt, and Hunt doesn't care. Hunt busts through the line. He gets a 6-yard gain per the card, but there's a box there. Linebackers were up, and just like that, Kareem Hunt busts through for 16 yards. He now has 5 carries, 43 yards in this game. He's done very well. We're into the red zone now for Cleveland. 1st and 10 at the 19. Cleveland's having success moving the ball. They'll stay in the same formation. 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs. It's a short pass to Higgins. Cincinnati's focusing on Odell Beckham. It is a must-run result on Baker's card, and that is not a good roll. That is 0. It rolled an 11, and that's a 0. So basically a sack on the play. And that's going to set up 2nd and 10 at the 19. Cleveland in the touchdown here. Short pass to Rashad Higgins. Defense was looking for the run that time. It's an opportunity, but it is deep. Baker goes to the defensive card, and even though they were guessing run on that one, there were 4 men in the zone, and they'll get the incompletion. So we've got another big 3rd down opportunity. It's a long one, 3rd down and 10. Cincinnati also has the advantage of the line of scrimmage being at the 19. Their free safety is officially free. They're out of the nickel. They are not showing blitz. 3 wide receivers, tight end, and a halfback this time. Kareem Hunt, just to the right of Baker Mayfield in the shotgun. 3rd and 10 at the 19. Big play in this game. Got to figure Baker's going to be throwing short here. And he is short to Rashad Higgins. We've got a linebacker double teaming him, but that might be completed. It is not. No. So I thought it might be completed. Have to acknowledge I don't necessarily understand all the rules as well as some of my counterparts. That was a result of 6-7 on the defensive card, incomplete or 15. And even though the linebacker was the one covering, that pass was incomplete. So that brings up 4th down. Cleveland's going to settle for the kick from the 19. 2 through 8, 11, and 12 is good, and he nails it on an 8. Cleveland does get the field goal. Definitely not what they were looking for, but a score nonetheless. It's now 24-13. We've got a kickoff by Cleveland. That only goes to the 5-yard line and is returned out to the 31. That's where Cincinnati will set up. And bear with me, I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. 1st and 10 at the 31. It's a quick out to CJ Uzomah. Definitely didn't pronounce that right. It was a result of receiver, but it was incomplete to Uzomah. So 2nd and 10 at the 31. On that play on triple fours, Cleveland defender Andrew Sendejo. Sendejo's a free safety with a 0-0 rating, so I believe he'll be okay with that. We've got a short pass to T. Higgins. Defensive card has a completion of 11 yards, but there's a penalty, but that's on Cleveland. Cincinnati's going to decline that one for sure, and that's going to get him out to the 42-yard line now, 1st and 10. 6 more minutes left in my work shift. I love my job. Joe Burrow now 18 of 23 on the game. 1st and 10 at their own 42. It's a pitch out to Bernard, and Giovanni will get 6 yards. 2nd and 4 at the 48. 11-point lead for the Bengals, 24-13. Just over 14 minutes left in the game. Bengals trying to protect that lead as they are now out by midfield. 2nd and 4 at their own 48. And they're going to be a 3-wide formation. Nickel defense showing the blitz, and it's a quick out. But 2 linebackers are there. Nicely set up by Tom Veltri and his defense. He showed 2 linebackers in one of the flats. That's where Burrow went and ended up getting one of his sort of rare incompletions today. And that sets up 3rd down and 4. So again, big play in the game, as all 3rd downs are. But the Browns trail by 11, and there's just over 13 minutes left in the game. Getting a stop at midfield is certainly an imperative in that situation. There we go. Formation is 2 tight ends. Ryan is the single setback for the Bengals. Best runner by average on carries, but it's a 3rd down. P. Ryan converted a big 3rd down in the red zone earlier this game. Defense showing nickel for Cleveland. 3rd down and 4. That nose tackle's a 0. Anytime I see a 0, it's tempting to run at it, but it's a sideline pass to T. Higgins. A couple of receivers doubled. Higgins is not one of them. It is a 6 roll over the linebacker. Result of 4 on the defensive card for a free 8 yards. Higgins converts. And he now has 4 catches for 37 yards on the game. 1st now in Cleveland territory at the 44. Both teams now 5 for 8 on 3rd down. Cincinnati a little better in the red zone, though. Three wide receiver formation. We've got a hitch to A.J. Green. Result is the receiver, and that's going to be incomplete. It's actually a -2 on his card, but we'll convert that to incomplete, obviously. And 2nd and 10 at the 44. So Joe Burrow and, by extension, Jeff Wenlatt staying aggressive here. And we've got a button hook to their 3rd down back, Giovanni Bernard. And that's going to be on the quarterback card. Burrow knows what to do with that. It's a 4-yard gain, sets up a 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6 at the Cleveland. And for Cleveland, this is getting critical. Get another 1st down here, you get into very easy field goal range for this kicker, Randy Bullock. 4 wide receivers, still aggressive. Play calling by Jeff Wenlatt. All the receivers are split wide. Giovanni Bernard alone in the backfield with Joe Burrow, who's out of the shotgun. Nickel defense for Cleveland. That's a short pass to A.J. Green. Defense double team Tyler Boyd. On 3rd and 6, let's see if Burrow can complete this. Burrow flushed out of the pocket. That bodes well. Goes to his card on the on the flat pass. It is complete for 8 yards and a first down, but it is a possible fumble, and it is a fumble. Let's see who has it. It is on the ground after the first down, but the offense recovers that. So that was a scary moment. Scary moment in this game as the receiver put the ball on the field. I think it was Alex Erickson. But the offense managed to jump on the ball, and that means their conversion on 3rd down stands, and they now have it 1st and 10 at the Cleveland 32. So up by 11, you almost have to think that if Cleveland has to be, or I should say Cincinnati, both teams really have to be looking at this drive as any touchdown for Cincinnati is pretty much an end of this game. Touchdown here puts you up by 18 points. And we're down to 11:42 now left in the 4th quarter of this game. 24-13 Cincinnati at the 32 of Cleveland. Fringe field goal range. 3 wide receiver formation. Still not interested in looking like running a lot of clock here. Wide formation with Giovanni Bernard out of the backfield. It's a button hook to Giovanni Bernard. Tom double teamed a flat, but not the right one. And it is a 6 roll over the linebacker that's there. Giovanni Bernard for 23 yards. A huge reception. 1st and goal, Cincinnati at the 9-yard line. And the comment we made a moment ago about how critical the end of this drive is even more so now. You've got to get the stop here if you're Cleveland. 1st and goal at the 9. 3 wide receiver formation. Giovanni Bernard still in the game. Off tackle this time to Bernard. And with 1 linebacker there, that is going to be that's a gain of 5 yards. That is also a personal foul on Cleveland. We have a 1st and goal at the 2. Now Jeff will bring in that rush offense. Full house in the backfield. Pirine, Carter, and Giovanni Bernard. That's a full house without Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. It is a sneak to Burrow from 2 yards out. Defense calls run. Let's see what we got. Nothing. They stuff Burrow, and that sets up 2nd and goal at the 2. Cleveland in desperate need of a goal line stand here. Full house formation once again. This time it does include Joe Mixon. Defense showing blitz. They call run. It's a sneak again to Burrow. Right up the middle on the defensive card. Linebacker. A 6 is going to beat him, and that's a touchdown. Joe Burrow up the middle. Behind the Hogs. Gets in there for a touchdown that may be a clincher in this game. The extra point is up, and it is good. And just like that, Jeff Wendlandt and his Bengals have put a hush over this Cleveland crowd as they are now on top 31-13 in this big divisional matchup. And so now you can certainly expect that Cleveland is going to have to sort of get outside of their normal selves. You're under 10 minutes to go in the game. You're down by 18, and your 2 biggest weapons, Hunt and Chubb, are a little bit neutralized as they now have to switch into more of a pass offense, or so we would think. 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs. The fullback is in front of Nick Chubb. Jeff Bengals will sit in the nickel for this one. It's a short pass to Odell Beckham. Defensive course looking pass. That goes to the defensive card for a completion of 13 yards. Beckham, his first catch of the day. There he is. And Cleveland is out to the 38, 1st and 10. Again, the difference in this game really has turned out to be turnovers. Browns have had a couple turnovers, and both of them were followed by touchdowns. Cincinnati did put the ball on the ground once, but they recovered it. But Cleveland gave away a fumble. They also had an interception from Baker Mayfield, and both of those were turned into touchdowns. Oh, look out. We've got a pass short to Higgins. He's doubled. It's on the quarterback card for the INT. Interception on the play. Let's see what he does with it. He's going to bring it back 5 yards only. That is Baker Mayfield's second interception on the day. And that made the nail in the coffin. Cleveland up, or I should say Cincinnati up by 18. They have the ball in Cleveland territory. Only 9 minutes left in the game. We've got a screen pass to Giovanni Bernard when the defense is key. And that's an 8-yard completion. Say this about Jeff and the Cincinnati effort today. He's just kept throwing the ball, and he's kept aggressive even as his lead expanded. And there's nothing wrong. I respect that. I'm always a little more cautious, but that doesn't make me right. And you got to respect that he's doing it, I think. Here's an off tackle this time. Giovanni Bernard running it. Defense guessing past that time, and that's 6 yards, and that'll convert. So that worked out for Jeff. You pass on first down. They think you're going to run the ball. You get down to only 2nd and 2. Now you're in a position to run it and convert. 8 minutes left in the game, 8:06 to be exact. 1st and 10, 31-yard line of Cleveland. As this is sort of turning into a rout. Here's a square in, little pass over the line to T. Higgins. Cleveland was looking for the pass this time. Burrow on his card hits the number. It's a 3 result. It's a short gain. And how about snake eyes behind that? A 20-yard gain on the pass to T. Higgins. Wow. So now the dice are working against Cleveland pretty hard here. And Cincinnati, 1st and 10 at the 11. 7.5 minutes to go as they look to close this one out. Bengals have spread the ball out well today. If memory serves and what I've seen. Yep, Giovanni Bernard has 6 receptions for 66 yards to lead the team. There's a 2-yard run up the middle for Giovanni Bernard. Sets up a 2nd and 8 at the 9. That will remove the flat pass from the equation. Full house backfield. Off tackle to Samaje Perine. Defense call and run. That's no gain, but it's 3rd down and 8 now. So let's theorize, shall we? If they hold them to a field goal here, that makes it 34-13. That would make it a 21. Is that right? How's my amateur math? It would be basically 3 touchdowns required in 6 minutes. So even a field goal here really just puts Cleveland almost out of the game. 3 wide receivers. They're going to inside run it to Perine again. Defense looking pass. And on 3rd and 8, up the middle for 4. And that's going to mean 4th and 4 at the Cleveland 5. They'll take the field goal. Bullock sets up. And the 22-yarder is no good. No good. He missed a 2 through 11, and that field goal is blocked. It is blocked, and Cleveland recovers the blocked field goal. They're going to get a return here. A touchdown could really put this game in a new light. Here's the return. Oh, only a 1-yard gain, but the news just gets worse for Cleveland. There was a penalty, offsides. Cincinnati accepts, and they're going to get a second shot at a field goal. 4th and 1 at the 2. Don't see this team missing a 2 through 11 twice, or any team for that matter. Randy Bullock on his second attempt. And he'll punch that one through. So the Bengals pad their lead. They're up 34-13. And kicking off with just over 5 minutes to go in the game. And that'll be a touchback. So, gotta see how Tom plays this. Situation like this, down 3 touchdowns, usually you'll find me either getting backups in or making sure to run the ball to at least get out of the game quicker. Because I don't want injuries. It's all because I don't want injuries. So, and sure enough, Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb are not in the backfield. It is D'Ernest Johnson. And it's an inside run to Johnson. Looks like Tom has the same thinking. Defense was looking past the nose tackle. Not being a 6, the defensive card produces a 6-yard gain, and Cleveland has a 2nd and 4 at their 31. So with that as the mindset, assuming that remains consistent, we should be running the clock out on this game pretty quick with just 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. Cleveland is going to fall to 0-2. You might remember they suffered a amazing fourth quarter comeback by the Ravens in week 1. Lamar Jackson beat him in overtime. Here's an inside run to D'Ernest Johnson, 4 yards, and a personal foul to boot. Cleveland's been giving the penalties up today. We'll take a look here. Not as bad as I thought. 6 penalties, 48 yards. 1st and 10 at the 50. And again, an inside run to D'Ernest Johnson. This time we've got the boxes that are capitalized on that defensive card, and you find yourself with a gain, 17 yards. So Cleveland taking advantage of a prevent defense, moving down the field pretty quickly. Still the nickel defense for Cincinnati. And once again, a run up the middle for D'Ernest Johnson. Now he's got the short gain on his card. Kid's on fire. 16-yard gain up the middle. Right now, Cleveland's got to be asking why it wasn't this easy earlier on all those wrong runs for Chubb. 1st and 10 at the 17 inside the red zone for Cleveland, but just 3 minutes left in the game, down 3 touchdowns. Right up the middle to D'Ernest Johnson yet again. This time the defense, they're done playing that game. They don't mind keeping you out of the end zone. And listen, I don't blame you if you're Jeff. If there's one place where point differential matters in a tiebreak, it's with your division opponents. If there's only one team, or the teams I would look to, maybe, I don't want to run it up on anybody, but at the same time, I don't mind working to prevent that differential against a division opponent, because you never know when it's going to come back on you. It looks like Jeff's thinking the same thing. 2nd and 10 at the 17, inside run to D'Ernest Johnson. We're giving up the pass call with one linebacker there. That's still 7 yards on the defensive card. 3rd down and 3 now. We have reached the 2-minute warning in this game. Third and 3 at the 10, blocking back formation. D'Ernest Johnson deep in the eye again. He thinks he's going to go up the middle, and he does. On his card, on right, no gain, and it'll be 4th and 3 at the 10. I mean, if I'm Cleveland, I don't know. They're going to go for it. And do my eyes deceive me? 4th and 3, and Nick Chubb is in the game. Full house. Chubb is one of the backs. 4th and 3 at the 10. Minute 30 to go. Let's see if they'll get this conversion. It's an inside run again to Dearness Johnson. Goes to the defensive card and 3 yards exactly on a result of 6. So that's a first down conversion. First and goal at the 7. But no one's calling timeouts, and we are now down to 60 seconds left in this game. Another inside run to Dearness Johnson, who's picked up 9 carries here in garbage time for 54 yards. Second and goal at the 6, just 30 seconds left in this game. All right, so I popped a little message out to our head coaches, Jeff and Tom, just to offer them the opportunity to come out and talk with us if they want to. As Anthony and I have alluded to, absolutely no pressure on that. We want people to come out if they're comfortable. At the same time, we hope people become more comfortable as we go along, because we think that it's good for the league if we all kind of see each other, get to know each other. That just makes all this more fun, in my opinion. That might be the last play of this game. It was an inside run to Dearness Johnson, a familiar refrain. I'm sure you've heard that here in the fourth quarter. We're down to 1 second. Third and goal at the 11 for Cleveland. Only the final score is yet to be determined. Still waiting for that final play to fire off here with 1 second left in this game. And looks like last play of the game is going to be a 4-yard gain. You'll have zero shock to discover Dearness Johnson is a little tired now. But this game is over. The final score from Cleveland: Bengals 34, Cleveland 13. And that means that the Bengals are now 2-0. Cleveland now 0-2 with a pair of division losses. So that's a rough reality. It happens from time to time. There's not much you can do about that. All right, so we're going to switch our broadcast mode to include video, just on the off chance that we do get one of these guys to want to pop in. Let's go ahead and look at the game stats here. 34-13 is your final. And looks like Cincinnati was outgained in this game, 338 to 263. So Cleveland put up more offense, but Baker throws 2 interceptions, and there's also a fumble. I'm trying to see, because I thought it shows us who fumbled, and I'm actually curious if it's a running back. I think it does, and it's not. So it must have been a receiver that dropped that ball. A solid performance from Jeff in this game. Halftime score was 17-10 Cincinnati, as they picked up a touchdown just before halftime. Let me just check again and make sure I don't have anybody out there trying to get in. So far, that's a no. And again, no problem with that. We'll look a little bit at some of the individual performances that made this game what it was. 24 first downs apiece. Time of possession that was a matter of seconds of difference. Joe Burrow, very efficient. 77% completions, 206 yards, a touchdown, no picks, 105 rating. Baker only passed for 148. He threw 2 picks. So it was definitely not Baker's best day. Nick Chubb goes over 100 for the second consecutive game, 18 carries for 100 exactly. Kareem Hunt, 5 for 43, and Dearness Johnson, garbage time, adding his 58 yards. A lot of flat passing and a lot of diversity in this game on who's getting the ball. And for that reason, it looks like the leading receiver for either team amassed just 66 yards. That was Giovanni Bernard, the third down back for the Bengals. Bernard leading all receivers with 66 yards in this game. Giovanni Bernard actually led the team in carries as well, 7 carries, whereas Joe Mixon only had 6 carries in this game. So certainly it's safe to say that I think Cincinnati had a pass-heavy strategy in this game. Most of those Giovanni Bernard runs were with an exceptional lead late in the game, and Mixon only had 6 before that. So heavy pass assault here today from Jeff. High efficiency with Joe Burrow. Let's look at a couple more things here real quick. Yeah, just didn't start right for if you're Cleveland. Opening drive, you end up getting an interception, and it's immediately turned around for a touchdown. And you're working from behind at that point, not just on the scoreboard, but on possession count. So it does make it a little difficult for you at that point. So we'll give it about 2 more minutes here in case either of our coaches want to pop in. Most likely at this point, they're not going to. Let me just take a brief second to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart for your willingness to adapt and be flexible to some of the new things we're trying to feature here with the USFFL. It just seems to me that a league with this many people that are over many years showing this kind of commitment should be that is a special thing that should be capitalized on as much as possible. And I don't know where all that's going. I can tell you I have other ideas I've considered and just haven't gotten around to figuring out how technically possible. And so know that I'm still hoping for more. I still hope to find more. Uh, and speaking of more, now that I'm about ready to sign off here, we're going to transition. I'll be on Anthony's broadcast. Anthony is part of our mega cast today. 6 games being played. You've just seen the end of the first one. I'll put this recording out so everybody can see it if they want. And then we will transition to Anthony's game. I'll keep an eye on all the action as part of the mega cast so I can let you know what's going on throughout the 5 games left tonight. So I encourage you to stick around and I encourage you to get involved. And like I say, continue to be a part of these broadcasts if you like, because we sure enjoy doing them. And I think it's good for the league. So, all right, I'm signing off here from Cleveland. Again, your final score, the Browns with an unfortunate outing lose 4-13 and fall to 0-2. Cincinnati moves into first place in the AFC North with a 2-0 record. That'll do it. And this is Tim signing off, and I'll get this game out there for you soon. Thanks.